Shabbat Shalom. And welcome to everyone. Welcome on this special night when we did not know if there would be miracles. The miracle on Main Street, perhaps postponed or for another year. The boat parade is or is not happening. But the miracle of our coming together and being with each other is present every time we gather together in prayer. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Michael Feshbach. I'm delighted to be joined by our accompanist, Gilchrist Sprauve, who is going to be here again on Monday for people we think are related to him. But I was just having an interesting discussion with him about other relatives of his. So we will see. That's a preview of a hint of a possibility. To Leila Richman, who is streaming tonight, and Chase Rosenthal, who will be with us at our 6 p.m. service next week to stream. Thank you all very much. To our visitors from Baltimore and from Alexandria, I sense a theme of the center of the Mid-Atlantic here. So welcome to all of you, to our regulars, and to those of you on Zoom. We have people on Zoom? Yes. All right, I'll ask for a count later, but how many so far?
Four.
Okay, that will grow, but to the 4 of you in cyberspace, welcome as well. Shabbat Shalom. We have asked one of our guests, who is not a guest, to light Shabbat candles tonight. We call forward Ellen Spokes, who, after a previous visit to this congregation, discovered that she had roots here. The Nonez family, buried in our cemetery, but also a descendant of Chaim Solomon, without whose support the American Revolution might not have succeeded. So Ellen Spokes, lighting candles, the Kavanah, the introduction on page 121, and then the Bracha on page 120.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
And go ahead, and good luck.
Oops.
Because you have to hold it down.
Hold it down, okay.
I guess you could use the matches if you
Can I use
wanted.
matches? Yes, I will use matches.
Might be easier. There's a whole machloket, a whole debate in the congregation about the matches versus the flamethrower. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. Shabbat Shalom, and thank you very much. Because we originally thought we might have to do this service within a half hour, and because I am sure my congregation does not believe that I am capable of doing that, we are jumping right to Lecha Dodi tonight, page 138, one of the Craig Taubman settings, stanzas 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha Dodi, pages 138 and 139.
לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 ספור
ודיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה,
לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה,
כי הם מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה.
סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה,
לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Top of 139. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה,
לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני
Please rise.
שבת נקבלה.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 145, then back to 144 for Chatzi Kaddish. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time. Even at unlikely times and through unlikely places, there is no place on earth without the presence. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam alol me'almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shmei dekudesha, Leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damihiran be'alma, v'imeru, amen. As we continue with Baruch Hu, page 146, please rise.
La 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 la. La
We remain standing, but face towards the center, face fronting each other once again. From the middle of page 149, the last line of English and the line of Hebrew, praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. And on the bottom of page 150, praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 152, Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chatavtam amezuzot beitecha uv'ishaecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, le'ot lachem le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Michamocha are the words written in the middle of Exodus chapter 15, at some point when we are doing tours and we show people our Sephardic scroll, that scroll is rolled right to Shirat Hayam, right to Exodus 15. It is the most epigraphically, is that the right word? Trudy, what would the right word be? Pictographically? It's the most interesting visual section of the entire Torah, because it is the song we sang on getting through the waters, on crossing over the sea, and the words are written as if they are the piles of water on each side with the people passing through a column in the middle. Michamocha, page 158, who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped.
Kamocha ba'im Adonai, mi kamocha en arba kodesh. Nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, לפני משה, זה
נאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. Social media was of absolutely no help. You should have seen us on Zoom at the board meeting yesterday. Trudy, be glad you missed this part. It was chaos. One person was getting information from here, another from here. The boat parade is on, the boat parade is off, the boat parade is public, the boat parade is private. All I know is this. Out there, it's Friday night. But in here, and for Jews observing Shabbat everywhere, for us, it is Erev Shabbat. Vishamru, page 162, the people of Israel shall keep Shabbat.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורתם ברית עולם. שבט ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לתורתם ברית עולם.
The Amidah, the Tefillah, beginning on page 164. Please rise. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi ki tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד. מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lachayot hakol, Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, kadoshim b'chol yom yahalalu chasela. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Standing or seated, we continue in personal prayer all the way through Oseh Shalom. We'll skip Shalom Rav until we reach page 180 for Oseh Shalom. Modim anachnu lach shatahu Adonai. The bottom of page 180 as you are seated, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom bimroma, uyaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, send your blessing and healing, your comfort and hope to the following of our friends: Mark Borden, Donald Pomerantz, Drew Weibel, Betsy Kingery. Any other names in the prayers for healing from within the congregation? Anyone on Zoom?
Judy Zelenka, Eugene Bradshaw.
Ray McAndrew, Alan Kossoff, and Cyril Eck.
Baruch
Jimmy
atah- Go ahead.
Jimmy McNicholas.
Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh Cholim, we praise you, O God, who helps us heal, who brings us comfort.
strength, who blessed the
The
ones
ones
before us.
before
Help us find the
find the
courage
courage,
to make
make
our
our
life a
life a
blessing,
blessing.
and let us say
Amen.
Mishebeach imotenu,
Otenu,
Orchacha
Avraham,
Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing, with Ruach Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit,
Spirit.
and let us say,
Amen.
Well, Marilyn, if you had challenged me and said, make it really 30 minutes, you would have been right. I couldn't quite pull it off, but it will be close. This is a skeletal service tonight, but tomorrow morning we come together at 10:30 a.m. our time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, for a study of this last portion of the book of Genesis, a remarkable portion. We come together. We do, by the way, still, even though we're not holding services on Shabbat mornings, at the moment we are still reciting the congregation's healing list and the Kaddish list for yard sites at the beginning of that time. Next week at 6 p.m., December 24th, please do join us. It will be a more elaborate service. And we spend so much time speaking about the differences between Judaism and Christianity. I think next week, in addition to an elaborate musical service with Talia back, with Gilchrist here, we said you were here, right, Gilchrist? Next week at 6 o'clock? Thank God. So we'll see how you and Talia sound together. But in addition to that, I think I may speak about the similarities between Judaism and Christianity, a topic I have rarely gone into in this setting before, although I certainly do in teaching settings. So please join us tomorrow at 10:30 online, and next week at 6 p.m. Atlantic time, in person and online, for services next Shabbat, next weekend, December 24th. Marilyn and Jackie, if you will please open the Ark doors. We continue with Aleinu on page 586. In our congregation, we usually use the bottom paragraph of page 586. And as we continue with Aleinu, as the Ark doors are open, please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. As we close the Ark doors, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ ועל מתחת אין עוד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows, it's radiant with warmth and beauty, but soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full, but as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down and gutters. There's an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. We remember those who have lit our lives during their lives. We observe yahrzeit for the following members of our congregation: David Greenman, Abraham Heller, Bernice Hoffeld, Israel Levin, Romy Levine, Louis Richwerger, Gwen Alice Rossoff, Douglas Sell, Hyman Shine, Arlene M. Turk, Lillian Weiss, Betty Wine, Sherry Young. We observe yahrzeit for the following Chai members and those dear to our Chai members: Lila Barth, Lina Benchamo, Emil Benlolo, Alan Bennett, Irene Blackburn, Joseph Blumenkel, Esther Blumenthal, Martha Bookspan, D.L. Breckner, Jean Cohen, Marcia Day, Miriam Dembo, Herman Dorff, Bernard Dorfman, Miriam Dorfman, Mildred Feldman, Sophie Fischel, Beatrice Friedman, Abraham Freeman, Raymond Friedkin, Bernard Gordon, Samuel Gordon, Brandon Granick, Jenny Greenberg, Benjamin Gruberg, Maurice Hazen, Joseph Horowitz, Hyman Isaacson, Clifford Klein, Darlene Klein, Joseph Cohen, Sylvia Lefkowitz, Milton Levitz, Hester Liebman, Claire Lipschitz, Harvey Lipsitz, Elizabeth Manton, Elaine Mesnick, Abraham Miller, Samuel Miller, William Nathan, Bob Paris, Gladys Paris, Domino Perry, Murray Palner, Edward Port, Babe Resnick, Elaine Richmond, Neil Robbins, Arnold Rodkin, Mildred Romanoff, George Rumelt, Frida Schwartz, Lee Shapiro, Bessie Silverman, Kate Solomon, Jake Spector, Ruben Sporn, Norman Steinberg, Jacob Steindler, Akiva Stern, Ruth Stone, Philip Tuck, Jordan Wallerstein, Jean Weisberg, Bernard Wolf, Charles Wolf. I will repeat one name. I will repeat the name Douglas Sell. During this period of Shloshim, Pete Simon, May Rossen, Robert Dole, Stephen Sondheim, and with sorrowing hearts, one who was laid to rest in recent days, Michael Warren Spiz. Is there anyone here in the congregation to add any additional names for Kaddish, for yahrzeit? Anyone on Zoom?
Robert Steverson.
The memories of all of our loved ones are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we turn now to Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. And as is the custom in most Reform synagogues, we rise as a congregation as a whole for Kaddish Yatom, for the Mourner's Kaddish itself. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach chirotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye chon uvyom echon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah varach leolam olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudasha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'momav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all among us and all those who are suffering the pain of loss everywhere in all congregations and all communities everywhere. And together, let us say, Amen. Please join us for a brief kiddush and motzi in the courtyard. We are not yet back to regular Oneg Shabbat, but Marilyn, I didn't understand your hand signal. Whatever she says. In the courtyard. Down the steps, carefully down the steps. But we conclude with the singing of Adon Olam. I believe it is the Uzi Hitman setting for tonight, so this is the one which starts slow and gets a little faster. Page 625. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Leit Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei, Kichlot HaKol, Levado, Yimloch Nora, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yeh, Betifara. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Nasa V'chefzo Kol Zay Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yeh Betifara. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Nasa V'chefzo Kol Zay Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Hoveh Betifara, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Betifara. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'et Nasa V'chefzo Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Betifara. Shabbat Shalom. And enjoy the non-happening boat parade.